Hello, I am Drag, and in today's video I will be talking about my experience going to Stagecoach. Any of you who have been following my streams know that every year I've kind of wanted to go to Stagecoach, but the tickets are like inordinately expensive, like ridiculously expensive, even if you buy them the year prior. So basically, for those who don't know, what Stagecoach is it's a country music festival similar to Coachella, but you know, with country music. Basically, in order to even have the slightest chance of getting the quote-unquote cheapest tickets, you have to purchase your tickets a year in advance. Otherwise, they'll be like $3,000. And like for most people, that's just like, I mean, that's nothing. But like, that's not nothing for me. So my entire life, I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I found out about Stagecoach. I guess I'm never going to Stagecoach. Yes, that was kind of my life up until that point. So what I was gonna do for this year was I was gonna do a sort of little series with Maxi and PB going to Stagecoach. You know, like, so I could live vicariously through them. And while I was working on that, I just couldn't make it work. I had everything planned out. I had the whole thing, but it just wasn't working. At least in my brain, because I was spending way too long on the picture, and this was just a sketch. I didn't even manage to finish the first sketch, which is very upsetting for me, because I'm just like, well shit. How am I supposed to do all my other artist goals if I can't finish a 4-picture college update series like how I used to? And it was just a bunch of stuff. The point is, my brain was not cooperating with me when it came to making this series. So I was like, well shit, I have to do something. And then I drew this picture. I just drew a random sketch of JC and Izungsu, and I'm just like, I love this. And then like I jokingly posted this poll on Instagram where I was like, oh hey, like, would you guys want to see these two, the two husbands? Would you guys want to see the two husbands in the same picture together? And the overwhelming response was, hell yes, like, why haven't you done this already? I'm like, well shit. And then, well, I mean, that's how this picture that I'm working on in this video like came to be. I was honestly aghast, because I was just like, there's no way that people would want to see these two in the same picture. Like, there's no way. I always manage to forget the lengths that my audience will go to torture me. I mean, that's just that. I think it's time that I start talking about my experience at Stagecoach. So, as I said previously, I thought, alright, I guess I'll never go to Stagecoach. Stagecoach is for, rich Midwesterners who like to dress up as cowboys and LA people, And that's kind of what it is, but, like, it's also not that. So, I'm just like, alright, I'll never be able to go. And, when I was in a show earlier, I mentioned in my last video, I was told that, yeah, like, you can get Coachella tickets like that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you just like have to do a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. And then like that just kind of like, left my brain. And then I went to a show where my friend was stage managing. She was like, oh yeah, so like, I don't even remember how it came up, but she's like, and I'm so like sad because my family, we bought Stagecoach tickets, but I can't go to Stagecoach now because like I have to do the show. I'm like, wait, you're going to Stagecoach? And she was like, well, I was. I'm like, oh dude, can I have your ticket? And she's like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, that was pretty mercenary of me to just like say, oh hey, can I have your ticket? But then I'm just like, well, these tickets are pretty expensive, so like there's no way that they're just gonna give me the ticket, right? So another friend was just like, well, why don't you try buying it off of them? I'm like, oh shit, you're right, because like they don't want that ticket to go to waste, but at the same time, like, they want to be reimbursed. So I asked them, like, I sent them a snap, like, oh hey, can I buy that like Stagecoach ticket off of you? Then like a couple days later they called me. It was like, oh hey, like, do you still want the bracelet? I'm like, what? They're like, do you want the bracelet? And I'm like, the bracelet for Stagecoach? And she was like, yeah, the bracelet for Stagecoach. I'm like, what? This can't be happening right now. She's like, do you want the bracelet? I'm like, yes, I want the bracelet. Yes, I want the bracelet. And she's like, all right, it'll be like $350. I'm like, all right. I can pay that. I can pay $350. And, well, I mean, I did. Because, I'm a rich bitch now, apparently. That's why my bank account reads 0, but, like, you know how these things work. I got the ticket, like, cause like this, she gave me the ticket literally a couple days before the actual weekend of StageCoach. I'm like, well, shit, I don't, oh god, like I gotta do a bunch of research, I gotta do a bunch of shit. And so like I'm doing all that. I'm like looking through my stuff. I was like, okay. And I bought the ticket the next day. I'm like, okay. Oof. Now I just gotta get the bracelet. I was just like, well, I'm going to StageCoach. I'm going to StageCoach. I was so excited. I've never been so excited in my entire life. I was just like, dude, I'm going to StageCoach. And then I'm just like, dude, StageCoach is this weekend, and I need to finish this picture, because I already drew the other one, right? I already drew the other one of Uzung Soo and JC, but like nobody's gonna see that one. You guys aren't gonna see that one. I need to finish this one, the one that was supposed to go up. And like, I mean, at that point, I had like finished the sketch. I believe I finished the line art at that point, but I was just like, I need to color this. So I spent like the rest of the week, if you caught that Twitch stream, just like finishing this picture. I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm on a StageCoach. I was so excited. Of course, you know, I did all the the quote unquote research, and like what to bring, what not to bring. Everyone's like, oh yeah, bring a backpack. You can't take drinks in to StageCoach, but you can bring empty water bottles and then fill them up. But I found out that they're pretty lax, because for those who don't know, the reason why Coachella is called Coachella is because it's in the middle of this place called the Coachella Valley, which is one of the hottest places in the world. Don't quote me on that. I know it for a fact because I've been there, and it was 197 degrees. You can fight me on that. Say, oh no, it was only 99. No. It was in fact 197 degrees in the middle of a fucking valley. And it might be humid. I don't think it was humid, but it was really fucking hot. I was like, okay. So like I can bring a canteen. I have a canteen. I can bring that in. You can fill it up, and oh my god. This is one of the things that I really did like about StageCoach, is that they don't charge you for fucking water. Every event that I have been to is like, oh yeah, no outside water, but then they charge like $7 for a bottle of water. I'm just like, fuck you, dude. Like, seriously, who the fuck? Where did you get off? Fuck you. Anyway, instead they just had these water refill stations, which was great. It was great, because like you could just fill up whenever you needed, you know, water, because you know you kind of need water to survive. And I'm pretty sure that they, like, at some point they probably got sued, and that's why they didn't charge you for water. But, nah, that's neither here nor there. So, the days leading up to this, like, I'm working on this picture. Twitch is being Twitch, and I'm just, like, working on this picture. My computer is being sucky as normal, as per usual. And I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna finish this picture. And I did finish this picture, and, it was very well received. 0 comments, but like the most likes that more likes than I expected. I'll just say that. I in fact did not find a cowboy boyfriend, which is a little heartbreaking. But you know, we live through these things. Like the day of, like the Friday of, I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm going to StageCoach. And I didn't realize that the event didn't start until like 12 in the afternoon. You can show up earlier, but it doesn't really, nobody's really there, so they don't really do anything until around 12, which was great because I didn't show up until 1. I went there. I went to StageCoach. The first day was great. Everything went well. I set a goal for myself, because people tend to dress up at these events, right? And it's just like Anime Expo, in a sense where the people are dressed in cosplay. They might not realize that they're dressed up in cosplay, but you know, if you're dressing up as a, I don't know, ranch hand or a Western cowboy, you're cosplaying, right? So I'm just like, okay, my goal is to take at least 2 pictures with 2 cowboys. And I in fact did not achieve that goal on the first day. I actually left early, and I missed Midland, which I was a little bit depressed about, looking back. I'm like, dude, I could have seen Midland. It was actually kind of a good thing that I did leave early, because I had recently gotten a new car, and the battery fucking died, because it's a piece of shit. So my car battery dies. I am in the middle of an empty parking lot, Well, not an empty parking lot. Like there's a bunch of cars. There's not another human being nearby, is what I'm saying. Or at least I didn't realize that there was. So I'm just like, well, shit. So I call my insurance. They're like, oh yeah, we'll send you like a tow truck or like a jump. It'll be like 6 hours. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm not gonna wait 6 hours. So I started like just like calling over people, like whoever was nearby. They're like, oh hey, do you like, you know, have a car battery jump? And no one did. But then I found these two very nice ladies, and oh yeah, they should. And like, unbeknownst to me, I was parked like right next to a trailer, and this guy just like came out of the trailer, and like he had a car battery jump, and I was talking with him. He was like, oh yeah, like I built this whole place, or like I didn't build the whole place, but like I make it possible for these events to happen. I'm like, dude, that's been amazing. And like just as they had jumped my car, the insurance company calls. It's like, oh hey, yeah. So we sent a tow truck, like we sent the thing, and I shit you not, the guy who jumped my car, he was just like, oh no, tell just like hang up, or tell him two rednecks helped you jump your car. And I'm just like, 2 rednecks helped me jump my car. And then the guy's like, oh, okay, so like you don't need the jump anymore? And I'm like, no. He's like, all right, talk to you later. I'm like, okay, bye. He was like, yep. The guy who told me to say that. Like, yep, see, there you go. You're welcome. And I'm like, oh my god, thank you guys so much. You're like lifesavers. And I realized that that this new car's battery was a piece of shit. So I'm just like, okay, that's something that we'll have to talk with the dealership about, because they sold us a faulty car. But like, that's being handled. That's being handled. I'm probably gonna have to cut this part out. So the next day rolls around. I post my pictures on Instagram. Friend of mine, like, I see that she wanted to go to StageCoach. I'm like, well, I can't go on Sunday. Like, do you want to go instead of me? And she's like, oh no, but thank you. I would love to, but I can't. I'm like, all right. So I guess the third day is just gonna go to waste. This was on the second day of StageCoach, by the way. So I'm at StageCoach, right? I park my car, like everything is great. Everything is great. I am at StageCoach. This is great. All right. My goal is to like get those selfies, and I actually got more than I intended to, which is great because that means that I was talking with more people, theoretically speaking. Of course, like, you know, like the nerves like always got the better of me. There was this one who was just like I saw them and like I couldn't even. Like, it was like I was in high school all over again, you know? Like, you see them, it's like, oh my god, like, is this real? Is this real or is it fantasy? You know, all that stuff. Is this real, is it fantasy? All that stuff. So I'm just like, okay. But I got those pictures. I didn't get the pictures with that one, but I got the pictures with the other ones, which is great because that was my goal. I did it. All my friends were so proud of me. They're like, good job, you did it, Drag. You got out of your shell. You took those pictures like you said you would. I'm like, yes. So I'm at StageCoach, right? And I was like, I am so tired right now. It's the middle of the day. This is also when I saw the cowboy. And I was like, dude, I am so tired right now. I am like beat. And so like I went to go to this bench. I went to a bench table thing, picnic table. I went to a picnic table, and there was already this mother and daughter there. And I'm like, oh shit, like, do you guys mind if I sit here? Like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. They were from Tennessee. They were so nice. They were amazing. And I was like, oh my god, like, I'm just so beat right now. I'm wondering if I should just go home. And then I like looked at the thing, and I'm like, oh my god, Midland played last night? And they're like, oh no, Midland played last night. They're like, we saw them. And I'm like, oh my god, please tell me that they weren't good. And she was like, they were good. I'm like, no, I miss Midland. But you know, it's neither here nor there. And I'm like, but Carrie Underwood is playing tonight. I'm like, yeah, Carrie Underwood's playing tonight. I'm like, oh my god, should I stay? I don't think I should stay because like I'm fucking tired. And she was like, well, I mean, it's up to you, but like, it's Carrie Underwood. I'm like, oh my god, she's right, it is Carrie Underwood. I was like, okay. So I decided to stay the extra 2 hours that it took me, or was it 3? I'm pretty sure it was 3. So I stayed the extra 3 hours that it took, you know, because it was like 6 o'clock and Carrie didn't start till like 9? Maybe it was later. All I know is that I got out like after midnight. So I waited the extra 3 hours, and I'm just like, this was amazing. I just saw Carrie Underwood live for like, I think the second time in my life. But this time, like, I saw Carrie Underwood. And like, she was there, dude. Like, I saw Carrie Underwood. She was like right there. And I saw her, and I screamed, and I sang the songs that she sang. And like, Carrie Underwood was like right there, dude. And I saw her. It was amazing. I wouldn't say that it was life-changing, but like, all I know is that when she started singing Sweet Child of Mine, then Axl Rose came on. We were aghast. I'm not joking. I was like next to this family, and we were just like talking, and then like they hear that like okay, she's gonna sing Sweet Child of Mine, and then like she starts singing it, and then Axl Rose comes on, and then we're just like, oh my god, that's Carrie Underwood and Axl Rose on the stage together. Like, oh my god. And we were just like aghast, and it was amazing. And well, okay. I'm sorry, I'm going in circles. It was a spectacular performance. Would do it again. Then I got to my car, and of course the battery was dead because it's a piece of shit. But this time, I couldn't actually get into the car, so I had to spend the whole night at Stagecoach. But since I didn't bring an RV, I had to sleep on a box. I slept on a box outside. It was great. It wasn't great. It was terrible. It was awful. Insurance was giving me the runaround as it normally does. But other than that, it was definitely a worthwhile experience because it made me realize that I do, in fact, have friends who will drive 3 hours to come pick me up, and that was just like really heartwarming. You know that Tracy Lawrence song, You Find Out Who Your Friends Are? It was one of those moments where it's like you find out who your friends are. Somebody is gonna drop everything, like run out and pick up their car, hit the gas, get there fast, never stop and think what's in it for me, or it's way too far. They'll just show on up with their big old heart. You find out who your friends are. That was definitely like one of the most heartwarming things. And I also learned that like the people at Stagecoach were much nicer apparently than they were at Coachella. Because at Coachella, they would just be like, well, you can't be here right now, so like, yeah. But like, the second that I realized my car was dead, I was like, well, shit. And then I just like walked up to like random strangers, like, hey, can I use your phone so I can call my insurance? They're like, oh yeah, sure. Like, here you go. I'm like, dude, like that's that Southern hospitality that people are always talking about. Or at least that's an aspect of that Southern hospitality that people are always talking about. And it was so nice. Either way, I was there until like the morning, or at least the middle of the day, the next day. And it was 100. It was cooler than the previous day, so it was like 120 degrees instead of 194. But like it was great. It was like the whole thing, except for the car trouble, was actually great. It was a very, very nice experience, and I'm glad that I went through it, except for the car trouble part. But you know what? These bruises make much better conversation, and that was my Stagecoach experience, and I'm glad. And I had lots of fun, and I found that I found out that maybe if I just think of them as cosplayers, it'll be much easier to take pictures with them if I ever go again. It'll be great. I loved it. 10 out of 10. 100% would recommend. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about my Stagecoach experiences. Follow me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. Give me some money on Ko-fi, and I will see you guys next time. I hope that you enjoyed watching this picture be made. And like I said, I will see you guys next time. Bye!